What's up, guys? Welcome back, man, to the latest edition of Terrible Towel Tuesday. I am your host, Sim Football Critic, and before we jump into everything, let me do a quick, shout out to the people, a roll call really quick, because some of you guys have commented on that and said you like that. So let's do that really quick before we jump off in here and allow, some guys some time to get up in here, what have you. So what up to Eli Coolin, Grayson Brown, Champagne Poppy, Brant 194, Alex Black, Rail Fax, Bolivar, and then Champagne Poppy again. And it's the 194 is talking about Chargers or whatever. I don't know what that is, but whatever, guys. So let's go ahead and jump into the meat and potatoes of the actual video tonight. Definitely will be accepting calls, man. So if you guys want to call in, we're going to do a 2-minute limit. I may let you bleed over into a little more than that, but 2-minute limit on the calls or what have you. Be happy to bring you in. If you want to know how to do that, I do it via Skype. All you have to do, if you have a Skype account, jump on Skype, search Sim F Ball Critic, send me a request to be a contact or what have you. I accept it. I bring you on. Just that simple, all right? And that's how we're able to share it via stream as well so other people can hear you. Outside of that, man, what we're going to hit on a little bit tonight is we're going to talk about Keith Butler, the coaching staff in general, and we'll definitely talk about the injury report. Guys we're going to have to keep an eye out on. We'll look at some all-22 plays. You guys seem to love that, so we're definitely going to do that. And then we'll talk a little bit about, man, what the Steelers need to definitely do to secure victory against the Raiders in Oakland, which, may not be as easy as some people would think. I know what their record says, but it may not be as easy as some people would think. And then, of course, we'll have a word from the chat. We'll look over here and see what you guys got going on. So that's how we'll do it. And shout outs to the good brother Smooth. Let's give him a round of applause. Round of applause to my good brother Smooth, man. I appreciate the donations, guys. You guys always seem to come through and drop a donation from time to time. So I love you guys. Love all of you guys that have done it, that will do it tonight. Y'all know me, I ain't asking for it. And all of you guys that may plan on doing it in the future. So appreciate all of that. All right, man. Let's get it. So the first thing, we'll talk a little bit of injury report news first, because I don't want to dive into the coaching aspect until we get a little more people in here. I see we got about 40 watching right now. But some things to look out for, guys. Listen, James Conner's injury is a little more significant than we thought. Coach Tomlin said earlier today it's a sprain. It's not just a contusion. He's already ruled out for the Raider game already. Okay, that's going to be very interesting, man, because, behind him we have Jalen Samuels, which, the rookie is getting his feet wet. The question with him is going to be pass protection, and I'll dive a little more into that when I talk about the game plan for the Raiders, but that's the question we're going to have to ask about Jalen Samuels. Didn't do it much in college. That's something that they looked at training, in training camp, preseason. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. We got the wily veteran, Stephen Ridley, which, I'm confident with Stephen Ridley running the ball in between the tackles. I know, when he was at New England, of course, just like they do with all the other running backs, he caught some balls out of the backfield. Really did a great job in New England. We'll see how much of that he still has left. Since he's been with the Steelers, he's been dependable, if you will. But we'll see. He hasn't gotten that much gameplay, or game time, game action in a long time, even with the Steelers, and there's got to be a reason for that. I don't know if it's because they wanted to groom Samuels or they feel like Samuels has more to offer. I don't know. Either way, Ridley hasn't been really the guy, in terms of getting in the game. So that's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. And he's probably going to be a better option with pass protection. So we'll see, how they do that. Because Tomlin has already said that they're going to go more with a running back committee type situation. So you might see a rotation like how they were doing with the cornerbacks when they were trying to figure out if it was going to be Cody, Artie, or whether it was going to be Cam Sutton. So maybe we'll see a rotation like that at running back for this particular game. Now, recent signings. The Steelers, let me look at my notes here. The Steelers actually signed What's the kid's name? Number one, they did sign. Give me a second, guys. They signed this kid from the Patriots, Ralph Webb. They signed him to the practice squad. And I think he's from the Patriots because, you know, the website that I'm looking at, they have his picture in a Patriots uniform. So I don't know who Ralph Webb is, so forgive me for that. I have no idea who that kid is. But more importantly, what I wanted to talk about, man, in terms of the signings, it looks like we did move up what's his name, Trey Edmonds, you know, and that's Terrell Edmonds, you know, his brother. So that's kind of crazy. Got some brotherly love action right there on the team. You know, that's kind of cool from a development standpoint. You know, he's been with us for a while. I think he was on our practice squad. So that's cool. But, you know, that'd be kind of dope, man, for you and your brother on the same team to get some playing time. But we'll see. We don't know what he's going to offer. You know, Tomlin mentioned, and I remember seeing a few highlights in the Saints. He did a lot of special teams things for the Saints. So we'll see. I don't know what that means for him. I don't know if he's going to, you know, boot Ryan Switzer. However, that's another issue. Let's move on to the injury report. Ryan Switzer is in the protocol. So it's very possible that if the Steelers feel confident, let's say if Switzer does pass the concussion protocol, he's able to play, maybe they limit some of his things. You know, maybe they limit his kick returns or punt returns. We'll see. And maybe you throw this kid back there to run a kickback or something. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much they've seen out of him in practice. You know, Tomlin doesn't usually just throw people back there. But we'll see. It's kind of interesting that Tomlin said that, you know, we think he can do some things for us in special teams. Is he talking about as a return man? And for him to say that, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out with Ryan Switzer. Another injury to take a look at. Cameron Canaday, long snapper. He was able to come back in the game, but that could be interesting as well. And then Anthony Chickillo and Roosevelt Nix. You know, all of these guys have a few health concerns that Coach Tomlin said, famous line, you know, their participation as far as practice will be the guide. But, again, I'll dive a little more into this, man, when we talk about the Oakland Raiders. But, guys, you know, if Anthony Chickillo can't really go, I'm just saying, you know, we'll probably see more of Ola because we saw Ola even have to come in and play in this past game and, you know, did a serviceable job. I can't say he did great, can't say he did bad. You know, he's working his way into the fold. And Bud Dupree is probably still not 100% with the pec injury. So if Chickillo is dinged up and can't really go, probably we'll see a whole lot of Ola in this game. And, you know, that could be a good thing. Maybe he's a young, you know, undrafted, you know, development player that would turn into something. Let's not forget the other guy who wore his number 92, is the all-time Steeler sack leader. So never underestimate what a guy can do, whether they're drafted or not. We'll see. All right, now, what else I want to kind of talk about, man? Let's see who we got about 55 of you guys watching live, so let's go ahead and let's dive into this thing. And don't forget, guys, as you're watching, if you like what you see, that green thumbs up you see there, go ahead and do that, man. Hit that like button. Be kind to your boy. So, all right. Let's talk about the head man first, okay? Because, you know, guys give me criticism. They say, oh, Sam, you never blame the coaches and you never, you know, say anything about Tomlin and, you know, you love Tomlin, da-da-da-da-da. All right, I'm going to put that to bed right here. I've told you guys numerous times, I am a Steeler fan. Do I like individual players and coaches? Sure. I've always have. I've loved Bill Cowher when the jaw. I love the big Bill, you know, Bill Cowher and that mean growl that he used to put on. That was my guy. But people fail to remember that Cowher had some very bad seasons as well in terms of not only just the record, but also disappointment. Getting to the AFC Championship games and losing at home and things like that. People seem to forget that. You know, we're prisoners of the moment, like Kenya said on Sunday. But this is not about Bill Cowher. Let's talk about Tomlin and let me give him some criticism. I forgot to mention it on Sunday, guys, because I was, you know, full of emotion, just giving you the gut-wrenching reaction. You know, I didn't say everything I wanted to say. I didn't like that challenge, man. And I didn't look for it on the All-22, but if I find it, you know, in enough time, I want to show you guys that. That was a stupid challenge. Okay? And actually, I think I do know exactly where it was. Hold on. Let me go to the All-22 really quick, and I'll just show you guys that. Well, I'll wait until I get there. But anyway, the challenge, it was clearly short. Okay? And the rules state that when a receiver catches the ball and he's diving back or even forward, you know, he's considered down when he's touched. In this situation, Juju is running a comeback. He comes back to the ball, dives. Just keep hearing that. Apologies early on. Don't know what it's doing. It's bugging out right here. But yeah, some would say, well, you got to do that. You know, you have to you know, try to see if you can, you know, secure the first down and, you know, you're down and blah, blah, blah. But no, not in that moment. It's 4th down territory anyway. If he's short, you're going for it. And he's short by less than a yard. It's like 4th and inches, 4th and 1 maybe. You're going to go for it anyway. I feel like at that moment of the game, if you don't pick it up, you're going to go for it. So to me, you got to keep that timeout in your pocket because you never know how this game is going to transpire. Okay? And there was a point in the game when you were up 23-7, and then all of a sudden you're looking at a 30-30 situation or a 23-30 at one point. You see what I'm saying? And I think at that moment, I believe it was 23-30 because then I think that's, you know, we scored on that drive. Yeah, and they got the ball back with roughly 4 minutes or so left, and they went on down the field, and y'all know the rest is history. But you got to keep that third time out in your pocket. However, it didn't matter because the defense didn't do what they were supposed to do anyway, which would have allowed us to utilize the timeouts. But I did not agree with that decision, and it's okay not to agree with the coaches, guys. I've never preached the fact that we can't disagree. We could not disagree with a coach. We can even dislike a coach. But sometimes y'all have to really get the fanism out of you and understand when a coach should and shouldn't be fired. I just don't feel like Coach Tomlin is at the fired point yet, because I saw a lot of people say as well, you know, it needs to be another guy fired in the league, you know, right after this game. It's not just Mike McCarthy. Listen, one could argue, this is just me. One could argue that should Mike McCarthy have been fired? Yeah, Green Bay has had, you know, a couple seasons where they didn't do what they were supposed to, but this guy has been great in his tenure at Green Bay. Now, you know, after 13 years and you have a few, you know, losing seasons here and there, I can understand making the switch, but that doesn't mean that Mike McCarthy is not a great coach. I think maybe there was a divide within that front office and on the sideline. Clearly, Aaron Rodgers, I think, is not necessarily on the same page with some of those guys and even including the coach, because you could just start hearing some of the things that Aaron Rodgers was saying, and we all know how that goes. We saw it last year. That's the reason, excuse me, why the Steelers didn't renew the contract of Todd Haley, because him and Ben had a little friction. They can act like it wasn't that, but we all know that's what it was. So when the leading quarterback, such a beast that he is, we never know what he might have been saying. You know, there's no reason why we're losing like that. Who knows? I can see how that situation could possibly warrant a firing. Coach Tomlin, I don't see it yet. And it's only because us guys, we have great expectations as Steelers fans. We thinking we're supposed to win it all every time. And that's the only reason why you could say Tomlin is underachieved. Because, you know, somebody commented on the last video saying he's overrated, he's underachieved. I'm like, I feel you, but I don't know if I can agree with you with the underachieved. Yes, he's underachieved in the last 4 years or 5 years maybe with winning a Super Bowl. But the defense has been the problem. Because all them years with Le'Veon Bell, we still didn't win. He definitely has had great talent offensively, but we have been reeling on defense. Think about it for a moment. Go back to 5 years up until now. We're still trying to climb out of that hole. We don't have the defense that we once had. Talking to my brother Tony earlier this week. You remember when the Steelers were such a great team? Is when Roethlisberger had that dominant defense behind him. The defense that was #1 overall or #1 against the run, 2 against the pass, or vice versa. And that's when Roethlisberger got off. You know, a great quarterback don't always have the defense to go with him. Roethlisberger had that time already. I don't think we all sit and think about that. Now, again, these aren't excuses. I'm just saying what it is. All of us can agree that we don't have great playmakers on defense. However, let's get to Keith Butler. But before I do that, again, let's reiterate. I blame Tomlin for that challenge. That was dumb. I didn't agree with it. I got to look at him. If I knew him personally, I'd be like, Coach, I don't know why you challenged that. And I'm sure he would give me his reason, and that's it. I don't hate him. But I didn't agree with that call. I think that was a bad time to do it. He's done that before where he's challenged things that to us look like it's a clear no-win. And then there's sometimes that he may not challenge one that's clear. So I agree with everyone there. Some of those decisions, I don't understand it. Outside of that, I think the man is a good coach. Keith Butler. I'm going to give my father-in-law a round of applause. Leonard here in the chat. Leonard, this is for you. Now, why am I giving Leonard a round of applause, some of you may ask? I'm going to tell you why. Leonard told me last year it's time for Butler to go. After we lost against Jacksonville, Leonard said it's time for Butler to go. I, on the other hand, was saying, I don't know, Leonard. It might be because we don't have the best talent, okay? I was the main one saying, I don't know, Leonard. Maybe it's just because, the guys that we have can't carry out what he wants to do and et cetera, et cetera. Let's give him a few more years. Yes, he hasn't been great since he's been there, but last year we were the #1 defense in sacks. We have to agree that Keith Butler has done some different things outside of what Dick LeBeau was doing, even though it's largely the same type of, same wheelhouse. But we started seeing a few more different types of pressures and things like that, mixing up some things, a little more exotic things. So I gave him a pass and I said, you know what? Maybe we don't have the players on the back end or in the, secondary area that can do damage, okay? But I'm going to tell you right now, Leonard was absolutely right. And I'm going to pick with Leonard real quick because whether Leonard knows he was right or not, he was right. And the reason why I say that is because, and Leonard know I pick with him just in fun. Leonard always wanted to fire somebody. Oh, get him out of here, So sometimes you got to be like, well, I don't know if he really know why he should be fired or should he just do I agree or whatever. But this one, again, I got to give Leonard a round of applause. He's absolutely right about Butler, and I'm going to explain to you why. Phillip Rivers said as much himself, right? Phillip Rivers basically said this, and I'm paraphrasing. But he gave us a PC answer. He said, well, that team, they do what they do, and they stick to what they do, and they do it well. He said, but, Keenan Allen is a tough cover in the slot. And he's a tough guy to cover in the inside, and, we just took advantage of the opportunities that we had. Let's peel the layers on that, and let's put it in layman terms. Man, the Steelers, we already knew what they was going to do. They're going to sit back in this, and, we're going to slide that guy to the inside, get that matchup we want, exploit it all night. Here's the problem with Keith Butler. Because if you listen to other people who, have more access than I do and, still, pundits and these guys who cover the Steelers, your Ed Bouchette's of the world and guys like that, your Jerry Dulacs of the world and, Jeremy Fowler, these type of guys. When you start hearing these guys say things like, Keith Butler is one of those guys that's stuck in his ways, he's going to do it his way and, it's going to work or it's not going to work. I start to believe that that's just his personality. There were too many times, guys, where we clearly saw in this game, and my eyes are fully open now. If I missed it before, my bad. Y'all can laugh and clown me about that for giving him enough chances. At this point, and I hate saying fire somebody. I hate for somebody to lose their job, but the Steelers need to move on from Keith Butler. There were no adjustments in this game. Do y'all understand that the very last first down that they got, that pass to Keenan Allen? Do you know who was in coverage against him? It was zone, however, but do you know what person was on his side of the field and to open up in a zone area where this guy may be running a route? It was John Bostic. How do you get a situation, whether it's man coverage or zone, where John Bostic is the guy who's basically lined up over Keenan Allen? Whether it's zone or not, he cannot get in position enough to even assume the role of being anywhere close to where Keenan Allen is going to end up and get the football. Unacceptable. They started off the game showing us exactly what they wanted to do. Coaching. They came out putting Keenan Allen in the slot early. And there was many times where LJ Fort was on him. There was times when Bud Dupree was on him. Now, it's a chess match, you know. The Chargers came out and said, all right, we're gonna line up like this and move Keenan inside, may catch him in base coverage, you know, base defense, whatever. It's going to happen from time to time. But it's happened several times. Let's rewind the clock a little bit. Do you guys remember when we played the Chiefs? Y'all remember that play to Sammy Watkins deep down the left sideline that somehow Patrick Mahomes missed? Who was covering him? TJ Watt. They were in a 5 wide, people. They were in the same formation that the play earlier, and same drive, if I remember correctly, where they hit your boy, Kareem Hunt. No, it was Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill ran a quick hitch. They hit him. He got about 10, 12 yards or whatever. They came back with the exact same play. And they caught TJ Watt out on Sammy Watkins. Now, even if it's a hurry-up offense situation, sometimes you got to get a timeout and get some different personnel out there. You have to counter the chess match, even if you make the wrong move, but at least make a good decision. He just didn't, and there's so many times in that game, guys. I've watched the game 2 or 3 times, well, actually 2.5 times now. It's so many times in that game, man, where we needed to go to man and get in their face or something. Now, I'm not saying we had the horses in the secondary to cover these guys in man, but at least if you get up in their face, you might disrupt their timing a little bit. Too many times we just sat back in zone, and we got killed for it. Too many times that we had a guy like Joe Hayden, even when he's lined up over top Keenan Allen, he's in a trail technique and just give up the inside. I'm gonna show you these plays if I can find them, but it's bad, man. It's really, really bad. And we have to remember that, and you guys probably are saying this in the chat, so it's funny, a lot of times I say stuff and you guys will answer it, or I say something that you've posted. We do have to remember this, where I will shoot Keith Butler a little bit of bail. There was no Morgan Burnett. Okay, I get it. No Cam Sutton. Now, Cam Sutton and Morgan Burnett typically are our dime defenders. You know, Cam Sutton, sometimes he's in there, sometimes he's not, because I know he hasn't gotten as much play time. But Cam Sutton is definitely one of our more interior guys in the dime, you know, as far as playing the cornerback position, and definitely Morgan Burnett, which Morgan Burnett probably would have been able to take on a tight end or something like that. But then maybe you slide somebody else to Keenan Allen. But I feel like even with the guys you had, you got to take a chance. Now, I know he's, you know, not that big in stature, but maybe you, whenever you see Keenan Allen in the slot, maybe you put Mike Hilton over top of him and just let him play a man up, or, you know, trail him or something. And maybe you move the linebacker to the tight end. I mean, I'd rather that matchup than, you know, having a linebacker on the #1 receiver on the team, maybe top 5 receiver in the league. Okay, and then there was situations when we had Marcus Allen out there. Again, you could have got a little more creative. And listen, I get it. We're short man, but go with the better matchups. You know, even Marcus Allen is a bigger statue. What, the dude's like 6'2"? Maybe you just put him in that spot and just say, look, press him. Something. Don't give him a clean release. And then maybe you drop zone behind that, just enough to disrupt the timing. I just wouldn't have continued to allow them to catch us in a situation where there is Keenan Allen against a linebacker. I'm sorry. And a lot of these times we were running zones, so come on. Put the boy Marcus Allen in that spot and let him roam or something. And then, you know, go with a prayer, a hope and a prayer, and maybe you put Jordan Dangerfield back deep. I mean, he's used to being out there at times. He's had to do it. You just can't expect John Bostic and or LJ Fort to cover him. Even though LJ Fort did a good job for the most part in the game, you can't expect him to cover this guy out of the slot. Bothersome, guys. But let's get to the all 22, man. And again, once again, guys, it's another week where I didn't really go through and document the plays. I promise y'all I'm going to get better with that, man. Please bear with me. I'm going to get better with that, where I'm going to start having it documented, where I can find these plays quick, fast, and in a hurry. But I'm just trying to come up with some of the things off the top of the head. And if you guys want to see one of the plays, put it in the chat. One of the situations, I'll find it and we'll do it like that. You know, kind of get you guys involved as well. First thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the first series. All right, so let's get it up. Make sure you guys can see it. 1 second, 1 second. All right, it should be in the chat now. I mean, not in the chat, but in the video. All right, so what we're going to do right here is we're looking at the very first pass play, okay? I'll show you guys the situation here. Give me a sec. All right, 1st and 10 at the Los Angeles Chargers 25-yard line. Let's take a look-see and see what happens. We're going to press play. I see a problem already. Boom. Complete. Keenan Allen, first play of the game. Look at how wide it happened. Now, I'm pretty sure we're in that base defense. Pretty sure. There's Bostic right here. Here's Vince Williams. Here's Trey Edmonds. Here's Cody Sensabaugh. Here's Sean Davis deep right here. Who's this? I'll give you guys 5 seconds to guess who this is. You guessed it. That's Bud Dupree, folks. That's Bud Dupree. Now, some people are going to say, well, Sam, you know, they're in their base defense. That could happen from time to time. Comma, but there's only 2 receivers. Why? 2. There's only 2. You got tight ends over here. Also, you got to watch the running back. But here's what I'm saying by I want to see us get creative. Why don't you go, and because they run these type of sets in the NFL, why don't you, when you recognize something like that, get your other corner over here? Okay? And you allow the tight end and the linebacker here to play the backside. And you still can have Sean Davis in the middle. Okay, so let's hit play again and let's see exactly what transpired. This is zone coverage for the most part. Okay? Got Sean Davis going deep. And look how deep he's playing. Now, this is a speed guy right here. This is Benjamin. So I understand him cheating to this side. Completely leaving the middle of the field wide open. Because look, boom. If he continues to run the post, we're toast. You run the post, Steelers are toast. Thank God he didn't do that. Because he's probably going to get over top of this guy. Boom, run to the post. Sean Davis might get over there. Let's speculate. Maybe. Let's see. Slow motion. He might get there. But if this kid runs this direction, we're toast. He's fast enough to do it. Because remember who's on him. Bud Dupree. He's going to outrun Bud Dupree right about here. Cut to the post, and we're toast. Okay? That's already bad. So let's see, what was this? This is probably cover 3. Let me take a look. Yeah, and these guys can cheat a little bit because they have nothing coming out on their side. You know, they're basically going in max protection here. Running back leaks out. Got Vince Williams on him. Looks like man, but I don't think it's... Yeah, it might be. It might actually be cover 1. Yeah, this might be cover 1. Because the fact that Hayden is up close, it makes me... Because, again, the Steelers don't get that exotic. At least I don't think so. I could be dead wrong. But usually it's easy to tell when we're going to run a man and kind of a trail technique here. Because that's what Joe Hayden was doing all night. Got help over the top. I get it. But, again... What I may have done in this situation, let's flip it around. And again, guys, listen, just because I have an idea doesn't mean I'm right. I'm not an NFL head coach. But this right here, to me, is clear. When you see their #1 receiver in the slot, something is about to happen here. I mean, your defense we should have these kind of checks. Whoa, check off. Let's man this up, right? But we're going to put the corner over here and let Trey Edmonds look for anything on the backside from the tight end. Vince Williams is already watching the running back. Because this should be, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they got 2 tight ends out here. Let me see. Yeah, they got this guy reporting. No, they got, 2 tight ends. You got your tackle, your guard, your center, your guard, your tackle, and this should be another tight end and another tight end there, right? So look, this is how, again, this is how I would have probably tried to play this. I would have put him over here and maybe allowed those 2 guys to switch. Cody, you take the outside, let Joe Hayden play, what's his name? Keenan Allen. You're going to change and you're going to look for anything leaking out of here. And if you see this tight end go out, follow him. John Bostic is here to play coverage. So if the running back comes this way, you got him. This is basically locked up. Y'all look for anything on the backside. Vince is already looking for anything on his side. But you got to get 2 corners on that situation. To me, that's an easy layup for a defense. There's 2 receivers. Why did you get caught with Bud Dupree out there? Look at it again. This is a layup for defense, guys. Base defense, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. 22 personnel. Guys, flip this. You come over here, and however we decide to play it, if we want to add number 1 on there, 1, whatever, and y'all look for anything coming out of here. That's simple to me. That's simple. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm crazy. But all right, so y'all saw what happened. Boom, Keenan Allen. All right, so let's go to the next play. No gain. What was the next play? 18 yards. Let's see what happens here. And TJ Watt is going to jump offside. But let's see exactly what happens here. Look, Phillip Rivers recognizing everything he wants. There's TJ. He's early. Let's put this in slow-mo. Once again, matchup problem. Keenan Allen. All right. Now, and this time, it looks like, let me see if I can see all of the numbers. You got, who is that? Is that Joe Hayden or Cody? Okay, that's Cody. Cody's here. Who we got right there? Oh, man, that's Vince Williams. Yeah, that's Vince. We also got LJ Fort there. Okay, so we got caught in this formation. 2 linebackers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so this must be, yeah, this is nickel. We're in the nickel right here because the 2 linebackers are out there. So, you know, instead of having Vince and Vince and what's his name, Bostic, they got Vince and LJ Fort. Now, again, ain't really much you can do about it. When they spread you out like that, I mean, maybe this is a tough call because you want to keep your nickel guy right in here because, you know, they basically got a 2x2 set here, well, 3x2 set because they in a 5 wide, and they got Keenan Allen on the inside. So I don't know what you want to do here. You could pick your poison, right? And again, what I probably would have did, and this is early in the game, but again, the only reason why I'm saying this stuff because as the game progresses, you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's let it run real quick. And let's see exactly what we were in. These guys are playing deep. Looks like this may have been, this looks like quarters coverage. Yeah, because he's not even recognizing the flats right here. So this looks like somewhat like a quarter. 2 men deep. They're going to play the 2 deep thirds right here. These guys will go with whoever's vertical. That's what it looks like. But anyway, they get LJ Fort. Caught up in the bad matchup. Again, that's Keenan Allen right there. Like I said, this is a hard call because, I mean, do you slide LJ Fort right there? Perhaps. And maybe you put your better defender in man coverage underneath. I'm just saying. So that happened. No big deal. All right? We don't have too much more to look at in this particular quarter because the Steelers didn't really do much here. Give me a second. We're going to look at this one. Oh, no. Not this one. This ain't the one I wanted to see. So, let's see. Where are we at? We're already up 13-0. Ain't really much to show you guys here, but there was another play, another miscue by Ben. Right here. It's a touchdown, guys. This is a touchdown. Easy touchdown. No, not this one. Wait. That ain't the Hunter one I'm talking about. Let's find it. Let's find it. Is it this one? No, that's James Conner. Hold on, guys. Hold on. That ain't the one. Where is it? Where's that Justin Hunter? Must be this one. Yeah, here it is. My. Check it out. Bruh. You can't miss that. Look at this, man. Slow motion. Ben, all you have to do is just lob it. You float that. Ben put too much air on it. And again, listen, I never really blame a quarterback, man. You know, I know it's hard to hit somebody right on the money. He's capable of doing it. But all you have to do is lay it up. You don't even have to put that much on it. That's a touch pass. And just allow him to run under it. Touch past that thing. And that's a touchdown. That hurt. Again, let's look at it in regular motion. Let's see how it came off of Ben, you know, off his wrist per se there. Get a little more air under that thing. Look at this. Here's the funny thing. Watch, you go see the fans' hands come into play because they just knew that was a touchdown. That's 6. Look, right there. They about to wave the towel. Miscue. That's 7 points, folks, that we didn't score. Okay? Not gonna say that made the difference in the game, but you go up 20-7 right there, and if everything plays out the way it did, that would have been perhaps a 4-point win for the Steelers. I don't know. We don't know. We'll never know. But we had to settle for a Boswell field goal. Okay? So then let's get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to start this thing off right. Oh, wait. Well, I'm bugging. I got to show y'all one other thing really quick. Really quick. Before we move on. Where is it? Aha. Let's look at the Chargers touchdown, shall we? Bruh. That ain't a false start. Look at your boy right here. I'm going to put it in slow motion. Now pay attention. Look, he already gone. Ball ain't never. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Once again, let's look at it real slow. Look how fast. Look, he's gone. Ball is still on the ground. How do you miss that? Now, I still can't give your boy Mike Hilton a pass, and I'm going to explain to you guys why. Look at how this trans out. Watch Mike Hilton. Trans out. Look at how this pans out. Look at how everything transpired here. For the most part, you've got to continue to play. Now, there were people a little bit standing around, but again, if you look at this, I don't know if we're going to see it from this angle. Let me see. Nah, we're not going to really see it. But everybody continued to play. So they were not standing around acting like they thought it was a false start. So I got to get on Mike Hilton right here. He got hit with a double move. And this is the problem. He's not paying attention to the receiver. And that's a classic mistake that happens, guys, in coverage. Look at him. He's just watching the quarterback. This happens a lot when it's a zone situation. Now, to me, this looks like match coverage because the corner doesn't stay on the outside. He takes the guy going inside, and that, they kind of flip places here. So it means that Mike Hilton needs to feel this. He needs to match that route and run with him. He's too late. He needs to get a little more depth. And again, guys, when you play in the secondary, it's more than just your responsibility. You have to feel where the action is at. Again, not going to beat Mike Hilton up. Guys get beat all the time. But his mistake right here is what we often said about Artie Burns. He's peeking in the backfield. You need to be playing your zone, but you got to keep your head on the swivel and feel where this guy is at so you can get a little more depth. Because once you see him right now, you got to flatten this out. As soon as if he was looking at the receiver, looking back, quarterback, receiver, once you see this, you got to get out there, fly out there, get more depth and get flat. Once he see him, it's too late. And that's Benjamin, guys. He's going to, if you're even, you're leaving. There you go. But they got away with a false start. And let's look at it from this angle. Keep your eyes right here. What a shame, man. What a crying shame. Watch this. Watch the ball. Ball is still on the ground. Look. Blatant false start. Look at this. He's standing up before anybody else. Blatant false start that they missed. Again, can't say that's exactly why they lost. But if you look at that, and I know they probably missed some calls in favor of us as well. You look at this, not to say they still wouldn't have scored, but you look at that touchdown that was given to them. Also, if you look at Ben missing Hunter wide open, that's what you get. Now, once again, can't put all of that on them as well as far as, the refs, because, again, like I said, Mike Hilton still didn't play that right. But either way, this should have backed them up 5 more yards. Anything could have happened. You never know what the next play would have been. All right, so then they have to give it to us. And let's find out what in the world Ben Roethlisberger was doing on that interception. Then we're going to go straight to the fourth quarter, guys. There ain't really much more to look at after that. Look at this. Ben, what was you doing? Let's take a look at it from this angle because Ben claimed that the ball slipped. So let's see. There any truth to it? He said the ball slipped out his hand. Maybe, because that's not a perfect spiral. But here's my problem, guys. Here's the problem. Even if this ball is money, right? Actually, let me go back here. There's a chance that that ball don't get there anyway. It might. But, I mean, this is a risky pass either way. Because remember, Derwin James undercut this because he saw it, right? So this is a tight squeeze anyway because Derwin James, look at this. He's covered. He's covered. If that ball goes to the right spot, unless Ben was going to put it out here, maybe. But he's still, that's a tight squeeze. And you got a safety over the top. That's tight. Now, I mean, this got to be the perfect throw. Perfect. Maybe it would have been. Let's see when Ben winded up. All right. So when he starts to wind up, what's he looking at? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll take it back. This may have been a good decision. Because if he can put it out here, the corner is turned around. If he puts this on the money, based on, that might have been a touchdown. I'll take it back. In the NFL, that might have been a touchdown if he leads it enough. May have been a touchdown. But I don't know. I don't know. The ball is wobbly. Miscue. Another miscue right there that probably took points off of the board because where are we at? We are on the 22-yard line. Another miscue. All right, man, so let's get down to the negatives. Let's get down to the real problems. Oh, boy. Let's go to the fourth quarter. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go in the third quarter. Oh, my bad. There's something I want to show you guys here as well. Right here. Joe Hayden actually played this perfectly, and Sean Davis is going to knock him off the ball. I want y'all to see this again because in real time, it looked like they both made a great play. Let's look at it again. Let's look at it in slow motion. Look at Sean Davis. Just when I was about to give Sean Davis all the credit in the world for playing better. Now, some people are going to say, well, Sam, you're being a little too hard on him. Anybody could do this. But we're going to look at it closer. And I'm going to show you something. Look at it again. Okay, let's flip it around. Watch Sean Davis. And for you guys that know and watch old wacky movies like I do, the old funny movies, I'm going to throw a reference out there and see how many of you guys get it. Watch the Oats. Watch the Oats. How many of y'all know what movie that came from? Watch Sean Davis here. Bruh. Now, I get it. He's going to the ball, but this is where I'm going to give him what Charlemagne the God likes to say, donkey of the day. Watch. At this point, you know what? I might have to take back what I said. I don't know if he could have pulled up. I don't know if he could have pulled up, but man, this was so unfortunate because it's like he put his shoulder into Joe Hayden. Oh man, I'm not gonna beat him up as much. And see, guys, I start seeing things myself when I look at the actual play. I can't beat him up too much, but come on, that's another miscue. That's an interception, more than likely. What it wouldn't have been was a touchdown. If you bat it down or pick it off, you probably take the points off the board. That was 2nd and 3, so I'm not saying they're not going to score if you just bat it down. But Joe Hayden is pretty sure-handed when the ball comes right in his direction. Great break on the ball by Joe Hayden. That's a pick. It takes the points off of the board right there. But that didn't happen. So let's get to the fourth quarter. And let me show y'all where we can really be upset about. All right, where do we want to start? Let's go with that challenge first and foremost. Let me find it. Let me find it. It was around the 6-minute mark. I think it was right here. I wish we could see. No, we can't. Yeah, the sticks is like right up here. But watch this. Oh, there they are. Short. Okay? Watch where he touches Juju. Behind the sticks. Okay? I don't know if we can get any closer. Let me see. I don't know if it's going to show it good here. A little bit. He's short of the sticks. It was no need to challenge at this moment. Because if we go back and look at before the play starts, Does it tell us here? Nah, that's the Steelers scoreboard, but I can't see where it illustrates the timeouts. If I remember correctly, though, we had 3 timeouts at this point. Because, yeah, we ended up with just 2. Bad challenge, coach. You know why that's a bad challenge? Because you're going to do this anyway. You're going to line up and go for it anyway. Come on, Tomlin. It's a bad challenge. You're going to line up and go for it anyway. That's a bad challenge. Oh, wait a minute, guys. Hold on. See? I always forget stuff. Let me go back to Ben's interception really quick. Hold on. I gotta show y'all this really quick. Because right before he threw that pick, he made an amazing throw to Antonio Brown. I gotta show y'all that. Was it this one? Yes. I want y'all to watch this. This is why I get so upset with Ben in a nutshell. Right here. This is why he ticks me off. Ben makes plays like that. And then let me show y'all what I mean by this. Let's look at it from behind the center. This ain't the right angle. But, guys, well, y'all might be able to see it here. Notice when Ben throws the ball. Ball already gone. And this, guys, is why NFL quarterbacks sometimes throw interceptions. It's all about anticipation. He throws the ball to where he knows Antonio Brown is going to be. Outstanding throw. Look at all this traffic he got to get it through. Beautiful. Then you turn around and throw the interception. But let's go back before that. Because at this point, what was the score? Oh, yeah. Let's go back before that. Because I'm going to give you another example of what Big Ben did in terms of throwing the football that was outstanding. And then we'll go down to the fourth quarter. Oops, that ain't the one. Here's the one. Nope, that ain't the one. Hold on, bear with me, guys. I think it was in the second. Must have been early on in the second quarter. Or was it in the first? What's the score here? Wait, maybe it happened in the first, so let me find it. Okay, it did happen in the first. I just got to find it. Give me a second. Got to find that thing. Wait a minute. How do we have... Hold on. I'm going to find it. It's got to be right around in here somewhere. Oh, no, I'm wrong. It was the second quarter. My bad. Bear with me, guys. Y'all know how I do it. It was in the second quarter. Let's find it. I think it actually happened after that. Was it here? Nah, where is it? Where's that touchdown to AB? Here it is. Here's another excellent throw by Ben Roethlisberger. Look at this. This is crazy. Bruh. I'm going to let y'all know right now, that ain't no easy throw to make. This is crazy. Buys a little time, and he zips that ball in there. Look at how that ball is traveling. Look at where it ended up. That's why, again, man, I can't never knock an NFL quarterback. I'm going to let y'all look at that one more time. And then we'll move to the fourth quarter. Outstanding stuff, man. That's phenomenal. Again, look at the zip he put on this pass. And these are the times when I love Ben Roethlisberger. But Ben just makes so many crazy decisions, man, and causes us so much drama. 13 interceptions. We just can't have that. So, all right, I'm not going to spend all day on this fourth quarter, man, but you all know the run defense broke down and et cetera, et cetera. But what I am going to show you guys, let's take a look at this last drive, okay? We'll look at this whole drive, and we'll dissect it. Once again, they tried to exploit us again. And listen, LJ Fort did a decent job that time, right? But they showing you what they want to do again. I still don't understand why up until this point we still haven't adjusted. You still got a linebacker covering Keenan Allen. But let's look at LJ Fort. Did a decent job here. Well, you got Edmonds down in the box. See, what I'm saying is get a more athletic guy to play on Keenan Allen if you're going to do that. But we got to give LJ Fort some credit. So, all right, let's look at this next play. Look at the trail technique that Joe Hayden just ran. I want you to pay attention to that. Now, they ran the football here. But pay attention to this right here. Watch Joe Hayden. Okay? Pay attention to that. I think it's going to happen again in this drive. But if it didn't happen in this drive, there was a play in the game where Keenan Allen picked up about 16 yards or so on a play just like that. Joe Hayden was trailing them. They ran it, threw it inside. We just kept doing the same defenses over and over and over without mixing up any looks. And this is the reason why I'm not confident in our defense, man. Look, let's watch this whole drive here. All right, they're running the football some. Let's go to the next play. I think this is the play I'm talking about. Yep, here it is. Look, same defense. Same exact. Let me show it to y'all again. Watch. It's the same play. Basically the same defense because Terrell Edmonds behaves the exact same way. But, again, if you're going to be this close, this is what I'm talking about, coach. We need to get in these guys' faces and go for broke. Okay? Now, I know we might not have the guys to play man coverage, but at least play it on one side. At least play man on the guy who's killed you the whole night. Killed you the whole night. At least bump and run him. Bump him off of his route. You got help over the top. In case, you know what I'm saying? Now, I know this is probably not, it probably didn't end up being cover 2 or anything like that because, you know, Edmonds ended up coming down. But what I'm saying is maybe that's the time you run, you know, a combo coverage. You're going to play man on one side with safety help and zone it off on the back end. But if you're going to play a trail technique or any type of man situation here, you got to get your hands on this guy. He's had free releases all night. Look. And Joe Hayden is playing to the outside. He's playing outside leverage. Why? Why? When Keenan Allen hasn't beat us over the top all night. All of his work has been inside. Oh, my God, man. This was crazy. All of this kid work has been inside. All right, let's keep watching. Let's see what the next play is. What was the next play? Let's see. It was a run for 11 yards. Wow, oh, watch this. Because the kid Jackson ended up having a good night against us. As y'all watch that, let me pull up his stats. Because we did a great job with the run game in the first quarter. Look at this, man. And Sean Davis again. There was plays in this game. I didn't illustrate them here. But there were plays in this game, guys, with Sean Davis, his angles to the ball. How he chose to play it, it was, oh, God, pathetic. Pathetic. But again, I'm not going to beat Sean Davis up. Sean Davis, I think, has had his best season as a Steeler this year as a free safety. He's played much better than I have, you know, I have liked his play at strong safety. But I'm going to let y'all keep watching this. With this whole drive. This is how we lost the football game, folks. And this is what I'm saying. Our defense doesn't show up when we need them to show up. And I've come to the realization, we're not a great team, man. We're just not a great team, especially defensively. Offensively, we're always going to have a chance. But our defense can't make the plays when it's necessary. Look at this again. And, Phillip Rivers decided to go on the outside there. But let's back it up a little bit. I think that was the same situation. Look, once again. Again, catching us with Keenan Allen on the inside. Now, even though Rivers decided to go elsewhere, he's wide open, man. And when I say wide open, I mean that there's no way LJ Fort. Oh, my goodness. Look at this, too. You see what happens when you play so much trail? Cover 3 like trail, like it turns into man. Look at this. If Phillip Rivers, watch, let me show you. Pause it. He's open. All he has to do is make this one guy miss. Look at Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen is working back to the outside. You throw it to him. Guess what's going to probably happen? He's going to come down, maybe get this block. He's going to pick up that block. Then you got Keenan Allen one-on-one against Mike Hilton in space. But Phillip Rivers was jumpy right there. He threw it to the check down, and he's expecting him to make the one guy miss. And there you have it. Let's go to the next play. Just showing you how they matriculated down the field. Now, this was the huge play right here. 3rd and 4. Let me show you what happened. Who's that? Who's this guy right here? John Bostic. Who's this guy? Keenan Allen. Which means that LJ Fort, let me see, is Fort out there? No. LJ Fort is not out there. And you know why? This is base defense. This is base defense. Now we decide to bring a safety down and play somebody on the outside. And we leave John. This is unexcusable, guys. I'm going to go there. This right here, just like my man Alex Kazor said on the on Steelers Depot, and also he's on the Terrible Podcast. This is a fireable offense. Not saying that he didn't want to commit and say the man needs to be fired now, but this alone is a fireable offense. Reason being, now hold on, let me start this over. I think, guys, I'm not 100% sure, but I think at this moment, timeouts. We had, yeah, that's right. We didn't have any timeouts. Because I think we called the last timeout there, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. I think we had already called that timeout. Oh, no. No, we didn't. We had a timeout because we called that 3rd timeout. It's saying at 21 seconds. It's 1 minute and 12 seconds right here. Wow. So my point being, the game is on the line right here. It's 3rd and 5 on your 35. 30-30. This is what you come out with? This is the defense you come out in? Base defense? Now, maybe you're anticipating a run, but come on, man, at least go nickel. At least go nickel and get another corner out there. They 5 wide. This, you have to call a timeout, coach. Now, I got to put it on Tomlin on that one. Got to call a timeout, coach. And look at what happens. Watch what John Bostic does to this guy, and then we're going to get out of here, man. We've been on for a long time. Somebody said fire Colbert. Okay. We're going to talk about that here in a moment. But look at what happens here, folks. My goodness. My goodness. And that's the ball game. Yeah, that's it. And we're not even going to talk about all of those offsides penalties to end the game. How embarrassing. I mean, the season came tumbling down right there and kind of showed you exactly what the Steelers have been this year. Highly penalized. And again, I know people are going to want to blame the coaching staff. I'm not going to get into that back and forth. All I'm saying is no way I can blame any coach on the staff for the players jumping off sides 3 times. If you don't jump off sides on the first attempt, it's no good. We go to overtime. Who knows what happens? Steelers get the ball first. Who knows what happens? We were moving the ball just as much as they were. Now, I know they said that, you know, the guy, there's video out there showing that the long snapper kind of twitched the ball a little bit. And I did remember it was a Dallas game, one of those games I watched earlier this year, maybe a couple weeks ago, that they called that. So, again, you could say they missed it. I don't know. But 3 times? Oh, wait. There is one other thing I wanted to show you guys. Hold on. Let's find it. And I think it was in the 4th quarter. Let's find the 2-point conversion. Because I want you guys to see who it was on. Let me see. Was it this quarter? No, it was the 3rd. It was in the 3rd. But I'll let y'all look at that play. Oh, man, hold on. We're going to find it. We're going to find it. Because guess who got... Oh, yeah, I know exactly when it was. It was that touchdown. That might have even been in the 2nd. The one where Joe Hayden and them knocked each other out. Where was it? Where was it, guys? I got to find it. It's when they were going... Yeah, it was when they was going this way. I think it's a little early in the quarter, though. I got to find it. Gotta find it. Where's that touchdown? Must have been a little earlier in the quarter. Yeah, because at this point it's still... Alright, so let me get to where they had scored. Oh, no. That had to be the 3rd. That had to be the 3rd. Early in the 3rd. Because it was 23-7 at halftime. Alright, so my memory is starting to serve me. Yeah. It must have been on this drive. Super long drive, by the way. Here we go. Last play. Watch your boy Artie Burns right here. Artie. Come on, Artie. Look at this. This is simple. It's straight man. Artie, what are you doing? It's straight man. What are you doing? Look. Here's another thing. I'm going to point this out because I saw it happen in one of the games that I watched this week. It was Sunday. I don't remember which game it was. You got to be smart in this situation. I don't remember. Leonard might remember. It was one game that we watched before our game. When you're down in the end zone and guys are bunched, you know what's coming. And, oh, there was another play to Keenan Allen. That might have been in the 4th. I might have to show y'all that too. You need to switch this off. And we saw a team do a great job of this in another game. Basically, you know the pick routes are coming, the rub routes are coming. So this needs to automatically be a situation where y'all know, listen, I'm going to take your guy. Meaning that, oops, I went back too far. What I mean by that is you are going to take him. I mean, you're going to take him if he comes inside, and you're going to take him if he comes outside. That has to be switched off here. So let's see how these guys played it, especially when you this close. Okay? Where you going? See, he's open too. He's open. Phillip just didn't see him. And again, other teams do it. So I don't know if it's the play call or if it's just not the awareness by the players. I think it's the play call because I feel like coaches say that, look, we're going to play it like this. If they rub, y'all going to switch. Whoever comes inside, the inside guy runs with him. Whoever goes outside or runs a fade, y'all switch. This creates a natural pick, and it works all the time. But like I said, there are teams that play this well. You're picking your guy automatically, dog. Come on, Butler, or these guys, whichever one of y'all are responsible. But anyway, same situation here. What is Artie doing? What are you doing? Straight man. Now, maybe Edmonds was wrong, but I'm under the mindset. Terrell Edmonds is playing him out of the backfield the whole time. Look. Artie should recognize that. Immediately. You don't see this guy running right past you? Why do you take that long? And look at that, man. I'm so sick of these dudes, man. All right, guys. I think that, let me see. There's one more play I want to show you guys. And then we're going to be done. I hope y'all ain't bored already. Look at this. Same situation. Look at the defense that's called here. Watch Keenan Allen right here. Watch him. Watch him. I'm running in slow-mo. Phillip Rivers making changes. Watch what transpires. Look at this, man. Wide open. We have to call a better defense down here. There's no way that you're going to expect Joe Hayden to run with him the entire time. Again, natural picks. Natural. And he's going to keep running with his man. He's wide open. He's wide open. What you need to do in this situation, you either need to run some type of underneath zone and keep things in front of you, which I don't really recommend that. Only because, you know, unless you're going to drop a guy or two in here, get physical. Now, I'm not going to say press them because, again, they're in an alignment that's going to create a rub, okay, automatically. But this is where you need to switch coverage. Other teams do this. You're going to take the first guy in. Okay? On this side, you're going to take the first guy in. You're going to pay attention to the running back. Okay? Now, what you can't do is see, you still could do this in a sense if they switch, but you just have to get some type of switch concepts, man. Because you even could do it. I've even seen teams run it like this, where the outside corner would take the number 3. I've seen it. If I can find the footage, I'll show you guys. The outside corner would take the number 3. So they say, okay, now if the number 3 goes in the flat, you drop off and go to him, right? You look for the first guy inside, and then the safety needs to take the first guy in the quarter flat area. If you're going to play that. Now, I don't know if our guys are smart enough to do that, but it can work. Now, I'm not saying it would have worked. I'm just saying I want to see a better effort. So, boom, switch off. You take him. You cover this area. You're going to run with him, or even better, they could have did it to where the backside guy, in this case, the backside guy on the alignment will take the first guy inside. He's going out. He's your first man in. So Vince Williams, stay at home and run with him. Here's your help. Trust me, I've seen other teams do it. That's all I'm saying. So that's it, guys. That's why we lost. There you have it. And we have been going for 1 hour and 16 minutes. I didn't expect to go this long. No callers for tonight. So great. We'll go into the chat. Fire off, guys. We'll stay here for about 4 or 5 minutes, if that long. But fire them at me, guys. Let's see what you guys want to talk about as I talk about what we need to do, you know, to upcoming game. My brother Tony says, excuse me, did anyone see that defense on the field? Hot garbage at times. Yeah, man. But anyway, listen, they just got to go win at Oakland. Plain and simple. It's going to be interesting because, again, we don't have James Conner, so that's going to change the way we ground and pound. Could also change the way we pass protect. I'm worried about that. We don't know how good Jalen Smith is in that area. Jalen Samuel, excuse me. We can't put the ball 50 times in the air. I just don't think so. You know, the Raiders aren't great, but listen, we got to try to expose that defense the best we can. Run the football, possess the football, don't turn it over. We are too talented of a team to not beat those guys. Okay, I don't care. I'm the main one that says any given Sunday, and I acknowledge that here too. Steelers don't play well on the West Coast. Steelers haven't played well in Oakland. I'm not trying to hear that. Your back is against the wall. Your rival is in position to where if they win, which they go to Kansas City, I don't know if the Ravens pull that out, but they're in position to take over the lead in the division. Okay? They still have to play the Chargers as well. I said 10 wins will win the division. At this point, it might be 9. But the Steelers need to put wins in the bank because we're only at 7 right now. We better be 8-4 going into the game at Heinz Field against the Patriots, which is a game we're probably going to lose. Just looking at how we've been playing. Let's be real. Maybe we beat the Saints. I don't know. I doubt it. Now, I've been saying that all year that we wouldn't. So right now, the Steelers need to go 3-1. These last 4 to get to 10 wins. I don't know if we do it. But like I said, the Ravens still have to play the Chargers, etc., etc. But the Raiders also beat Broncos. So if it comes down to tiebreakers, I don't know how that's going to factor in. I think if we get the 9 wins and with us having only 6 losses, 6-1 might do it. So the Ravens got to lose 2 more times in order for us to be okay. But we'll see. All right, so let's see what you guys are talking about, man, and we'll get out of here. I think Jalen Samuels can handle it. Okay, we'll see. Gentry Coleman says, as far as I can tell, I believe Jalen Samuels is capable and will show his talent. Okay. Grayson Brown says, I'm not sold on the culture of the Steelers right now. This has been a head scratcher of a season, a ton of underachieving. Coaching needs to look in the mirror. Okay, you may have a good point there. I definitely think there needs to be some changes. I'd say we definitely got to do something different on defense. One of you guys were talking about Kevin Colbert. Now, that's up for debate. Kevin Colbert has done great offensively. He's even got some defensive players in his tenure. I don't know if I can say the man needs to be fired either. You never know what guys are going to pan out. What I will say is Kevin Colbert and the brass at the Steelers, I think we need to start incorporating a little more philosophy. We all understand how they work. They don't really spend money here and don't spend money there, but I think we need to be a little more aggressive, with acquiring free agents when we don't get the guy in the draft, or if we don't think the prospect is there. I think we need to do a little better job at that. We get free agents, but we need to start getting playmakers. Our defense has not had real playmakers since Ryan Shazier. Let's think about that. And Shazier was a middle linebacker, but he was our best playmaker and getting the ball and turning over the ball, getting interceptions. We don't have him anymore, and it's a clear gaping gap in that defense. Excuse me. The Steelers need so much right now, and I don't know if you rebuild it in one draft. I mean, you talking about potentially having a rookie corner, rookie inside and outside linebackers that might have to play. I'm just saying. It's looking like that. Kenyon says, I see very clearly our flaws are strengths, so I know we are so projecting doom and gloom is a waste of time, to me at least. Yeah. Eli says, playing the Saints in the Superdome is going to be tough. Absolutely. My boy Tony says, Frank, I lost faith, to be honest, because you need defense in the playoffs. Absolutely. Zach says, we're about to get smoked by New England and New Orleans. This is about to be a painful December for football. And that's crazy because the Steelers usually have a phenomenal December. And look how we started off. Nick Boomer says, watch the Ravens thump the Chargers. And that's the crazy thing. It could be a very, very possible that the Ravens mess around and beat both of them teams. They got defense. That's the one equalizer in all of this. Now, I will say I don't think they can get away with doing what they've done with Lamar Jackson. But the equalizer in all of this It's defense. We'll see. Leon Artist says soft zone don't work against great conversation. What do you have to say about the team? Huh? I don't know. But anyway, let's reflect back to the 4 minutes or so left in that game. No, about 3 minutes or so, and Tom Brady goes right down the field to Gronkowski. Sean Davis drops a clear interception that would have probably ended the game. But look at how that transpired. I mean, they went down the field and scored so fast and so easy. We never should have been in a situation where Juju has to make an amazing catch and run, and then Jesse James scores, in my opinion. I don't think there was enough to actually overturn that since his knee hit when he was reaching. Whatever. It's in the past now. But still, I don't like the scheme we deploy against the Patriots. That is what's making me feel hesitant to say that we can win. Offensively, I think we definitely going to score against them. I think we could do that. But I don't trust our defensive scheme against the Patriots this year. Crystal Jenkins says, are you supposed to play? I don't know what you're talking about, Crystal, but I appreciate your comment. Frank V said, I said earlier in the year that Washington sucked and we need a third receiver, and I was attacked by everyone. Again, that's your opinion. My opinion is I don't think the kid sucks. I mean, we obviously saw what he could do in college. Give him a chance. He's a rookie. That's all I'm saying. I'm not ready to say he sucks. But if you feel that way, great. But I'm also not going to award you for being quote-unquote right. None of us know that yet. He's a rookie. He's a rookie. Juju is an anomaly. That doesn't happen that often. Juju just burst on the scene, and he continues to be that. Let's give it at least another year to see if the kid sucks. Just my opinion. But again, I'm not going to poo-poo on yours. Kenya says, ride or die, or you can root for another team that would ease your soul. Absolutely. I'm with the Steelers, man. Whether they win, lose, or draw, man. Listen, we're going to have ups, we're going to have downs. Let's remember this, too. This is going to hurt some of you guys. We've been up so long, we expect to just be great all the time. And the truth of the matter is we're going to go through a moment of turmoil again. It's going to happen. The window of opportunity for a Super Bowl is probably vastly closing unless this defense can turn around. And I don't know how fast or how long it's going to take for it to turn around. And Ben Roethlisberger, obviously he's still a great quarterback. Obviously I think he's still a guy that can win you a Super Bowl perhaps when he's on. But we're seeing the decline. We're seeing those interceptions come back in, the panic moments of forcing it. And what I'm saying is that ain't going to change. So that window of opportunity is going down, down, down. And for all of the guys out there that want to say, well, that's why you should have signed Bell. Okay, we had Bell as well the last 5 years. We still haven't won a Super Bowl. We got spanked in the AFC Championship. Yeah, he got injured. I understand that. But what about the other seasons? What about last year against Jacksonville when the offense balled out? Defense let us down. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That defense has not been the same. I don't know how long it's going to be. Alan Woodall said this defense has need to be fixed the last couple of years, and the way Ben keeps throwing picks, you can see why they drafted Mason Rudolph. You might be on to something, Alan. All right, I'm going to read like 2 or 3 more comments, and then we out of here. Michael Garman says, maybe we need a losing season to get some top draft picks picking at the bottom for a while now. Hey, man, Tony always says that. Tony always said that, look, man, maybe we need a 7-8-1 or something like that. You might be right. Gentry Coleman says, we are at war. We lost a few battles, but the war isn't over yet. You're right. You're right. Listen, I'm never going to give up. When I say that I'm done with the team and what I said on Sunday about the season is over, is I feel in my heart that I don't think we are capable of winning these games. At this point on, they're going to exceed my expectations. That's all I'm saying. I haven't given up on the Steelers. I don't care if we lose the next 4. They still going to be my team. I'm still going to love them. I'm still going to do this show. And there you go. It is what it is. Each season is different. Okay? But at the same time, my expectation level is what goes up and down. My expectations at the moment, given the fact of how we lost that game against the Chargers, even though, if y'all remember, I was one of the guys saying I think we could lose the Chargers, the Saints, and the Patriots games. Seeing at how we got out on top early and to lose that way, that crushed any hopes that I had of we could make some noise in the playoffs, meaning our offense could get up, our defense could play just enough. We clearly saw right there, even when the offense gets up with that type of lead, we couldn't overcome it because the defense couldn't hold. I'm just not confident. That's all. Jason Durden says, I'm excited about Matthew Thomas next season. We need speed at inside linebacker position like Fort in the mix. Yeah, I can't say I'm excited, but I'm a little optimistic. However, I would like to have seen him develop a little more to, get playing time this year, because the way we are hurting at that position, the fact that he couldn't get on the field this year says a lot. So there you go. All right, man, one more. Grayson Brown says they need culture change and honestly a losing season. And I'm okay with that beat side. That's how humility brings. I'm okay with that beat side. That's how humility brings growth and change. Steelers are killing themselves with pride. Yeah, you might be right there, brother. You might be right. Mariano says, who do you think we have better chance against versus Patriots or the Saints? That's a tough question, because we are in a situation where we have to beat one of them. We have to. Here's how I see it. We need to win Oakland, Saints or Patriots, and then Cincinnati. We have to get to 10. Well, I don't think we have to, but I would like to see us get to 10 wins in case Baltimore is able to win their games. Because if they could go 10-6, when we go 10-5-1, we still make it in. We still win the division. Okay? Because of the win-loss ratio. Even though they would have the same amount of wins, we didn't lose 6 games, that would get us in. But I think the better chance might be I want to say the Patriots, because I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think we could apply more pressure perhaps to them. If we can get pressure up the middle, Brady's going to give you a couple sacks because, once you get to him, he's going to go down. I think Drew Brees is a little more sharp in terms of movement. And I don't know. I want to say their weapons scare me more, but I don't know, man, because, again, with Josh Gordon being there, with Gronkowski, with Edelman now, and even with Hogan, and James White, and the way they're using Burkhead again, I don't know. I really can't answer that. I really can't answer that, man, the way our defense is playing. I don't know who we match up against better. As far as named guys, you would say the Saints, but the Saints run so much trickeration, man, as well as the Patriots. I don't know. All I know is we need to beat one of them. That's the only thing I can say. We need to beat one of them. But yeah. Kendrell Bell. Oh, wow. I see some of you young guys say y'all don't know who Kendrell Bell was. Wow. Come on, guys. Do your homework. I know y'all younger, but you got to do your homework. But all right, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I can't believe y'all kept me on here for so long, an hour and 30 minutes. We're going to get out of here, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys Sunday, man. And hopefully we're talking about a victory. Okay? If not, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, man, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to definitely hit the like button, subscribe, cut on your notifications, and that's all I ask. Outside of that, man, love you guys. Appreciate everything you guys do, all of the comments, the donations, and just the viewership. Love y'all for that. And here we go, Steelers, man. We got to get back in the win column to at least make us feel good. We cannot go to Oakland and drop that game. If we do, poo. All right, man. Y'all be good. Have a good night. Have a blessed weekend. And we'll see you guys on Sunday for the post-game show. All right? Peace.